Genius Nation, what's going on? Welcome to the Daily Genius. I am Dr. Will, and as always, super excited that you're here joining us on this journey. Wherever you are in the world, I hope that your morning is started off fantastic and you're ready to be your amazing self. For those of you that are watching this outside of our private group, when I talk about Genius Nation, that's who I'm talking to, our private Facebook group of over 1,000 individuals that are committed to being the best versions of themselves and creating their best life. If that sounds like you, we welcome you to and invite you to be a part of Genius Nation. Just simply after this video, go over to Facebook, look up Genius Nation and join our group. Once again, over 1,000 individuals that are committed to becoming the best versions of themselves and creating their best life. Good morning for all of you that are joining us live here inside the nation. I want to talk to us this morning about doing something that scares you. Doing something that scares you, meaning doing something that stretches you, doing something that takes you out of your comfort zone. Many of us live in our comfort zone. Many of us live in our comfort zone, and that's literally stopping you from living your best life. Literally, because your best life is outside your comfort zone. So I want to challenge you today and challenge you this week to think about something you can do that scares you. And I like to, when I'm working with my clients, I like to have them do something. Listen, that's not going to hurt you, not going to injure you or anything like that. It doesn't even have to cost you any money, but do something that you wouldn't normally do. Something as simple as taking a cold shower. Yep, taking a cold shower. Why? Why take a cold shower? You take a cold shower because taking a cold shower is going to make you uncomfortable, but it's not going to kill you. You'll be uncomfortable, but it's not going to kill you. And if you can begin to do things like that, right? It's not going to cost you any money. It's not going to, get in there 30 seconds, 40 seconds, get under that cold water, right? And after you do it for 30, 40 seconds, you can turn the water to warm, but do something that you wouldn't normally do to shock you, like taking a cold shower. It'll shock your insides, right? Maybe something for you that's scary is talking to strangers. Challenge yourself this week to just go and talk to one or two strangers. Get out of your comfort zone, because outside of your comfort zone is where all your success is going to be. It's where your best life is going to be. Maybe you say, you know what? I'm an introvert. I don't like talking to people. Find somewhere in your area this week. They have a networking something going on. Find in your area somewhere where you can go and put yourself in an uncomfortable situation. Once again, it's not going to kill you. It's not going to kill you to be uncomfortable. And you have to learn how to be uncomfortable with being uncomfortable, right? You got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable in situations where it's not going to cost you anything. It's not going to kill you, because eventually you will have to be in some uncomfortable situations. You're going to have to make some uncomfortable choices, some choices that scare you. If you're really going to break the limits, if you're really going to break beyond the parameters of average, you're going to have to do some things that scare you. And so you want to get in the habit of practicing doing things that scare you. Maybe for some of you, it's doing a Facebook Live, and you've been procrastinating on it and you've been holding back on it. Maybe it's just sharing, about your business. Maybe that scary thing may be just sharing your idea, your dream with people, because you're saying, man, you know what? People are going to think I'm crazy. People are going to think I'm, stupid, or whatever it may be if I share this with them. But that uncomfortable space is not going to kill you. I remember, when I was getting ready to get out the military, and this was a scary time, right? I'd been in the military for about 6 years. It was safe. I was comfortable. I knew when I was going to get paid. I knew my job. I knew what I needed to do to be successful in that environment. But now I was stepping out of that environment to do something totally new. And to be honest with you, didn't even know exactly what that new was going to look like. I had ideas. And I remember good, intentional people telling me, oh man, you're making a mistake, man. Oh man, you're making a mistake, man. Why would you give up this good job, man? Why would you give up this safety, man? Why would you do that? And I remember having conversations with a lot of people. Good intentioned people. They didn't mean me any harm. They like, man, you're so young, man. Don't want you to make a mistake like that, man. Just, stay focused on your career, and for them, that was safe. That was, comfortable. But for me, I knew I wouldn't have been able to live with that. And when I look back now over the years, it's been 20 plus years now since I left the military. And every day I'm thankful that I was willing to get uncomfortable and to do something scary. When I look now over what I've been able to do for the last 20 plus years, no way I would have been able to travel to 50 plus different countries if I would have stayed in the military. No way I would have been able to build the business that I built if I would have stayed in the military. And so, yes, it was safe. Yes, it was, convenient. Yes, the paychecks were consistent, but I wouldn't have been fulfilled. I wouldn't have been happy. I wouldn't have been in my place of genius. And so I want you, before you have to take a major step like that, I want you to just practice being uncomfortable. Just practice being uncomfortable. Maybe it may be something as simple as doing a fast. Saying, you know what, I'm going to do a fast for 3 days. I'm not going to eat breakfast, right? I'm not going to just that's something you can do that's not going to kill you. So learn to practice being uncomfortable in situations, right, where it's not gonna cost you anything. Because then when you have to put it on the line, when it may cost you something, you've already been prepared. You already know what it feels like to be uncomfortable. Most people are afraid of the unknown. That's what scares a lot of people. It's the unknown. What if? So you need to put yourself in situations to see what happens on the other side. What happens if I take this cold shower? Yes, it's going to be uncomfortable, but what really is going to happen? I'm going to shiver for a few moments. I'm going to stand there, talk to myself and say, man, this is crazy. But after that, guess what? You're still here. You see, you just need to practice what happens on the other side when you challenge yourself. What happens? What happens if you do it? And so you need to get some repetition. You need to get some results on that side that, oh, okay. Yeah, it was a little bit uncomfortable, but when I went and talked to that person, they didn't bite me. They didn't scream at me, right? It worked out. It worked out. It helps you to remove fears. Because I talk to so many people who create these fears and create these barriers in their life. These what ifs. Well, what if? Well, what if they do this? What if they do that? What if? What if? But you're not going to know until you get to the other side. So that's my challenge for you. Go do something that scares you. Go do something that scares you. That I had to sit in my car and think about it. But then I just said, you know what? Forget it. I'm just gonna go do it. Get some of those repetitions in your life so you can see on the other side, it's not as scary as you think. All right, guys, that's what I have for you today. Go out there and be your brilliant and amazing selves. Go out there and make a difference and $1. And I'll see you right back here tomorrow on The Daily Genius.